Welcome to the Upfront Web Extra. We are talking about the races for the 5th and 7th districts, and we have Ben Wickler and Andrew Hitt here, the party chairman. So these will be some interesting races to follow. And first of all, I want to ask you, Andrew, when Congressman Sensenbrenner first announced his retirement, we kind of thought this would be a big Republican field and that a lot of Republicans would be coming out of the woodwork. This is a highly Republican district. All we've heard about, though, is Senator Fitzgerald. Why do you think that is?
That's a great question. I too thought, when it first came out, we were talking 10, 12 people who were really interested in it. And we've kind of slowly seen that tick down and tick down. I think there's a possibility that we may see, one or two others get in yet. But why we only have one person in that district is interesting. I think it probably speaks to some extent to the strength of the majority leader and his connections. But we'll see. I think there's still some people who are considering getting in, and we're still about a year away, right? Exactly.
So you think there could be some more people?
I think it's possible. We're still a year away. It's possible, but certainly it is not the 10 people or 12 people that we're really looking at it. And in this district, this Republican primary really is really the general election.
And speaking of that, that's why I want to ask you, because Ben, you're representing the Democrats, and we had Tom Pazlowitz on this show.
Yep.
He seems to think, even though this is known as a heavily Republican district, that a Democrat can win.
So Tom Pazlowitz ran against Sensenbrenner in the last election cycle. He did better than Democrats had done in this district for decades against a Republican icon, one of the most formidable Republicans in congressional history. Sensenbrenner is now stepping down, and Tom has already run in this district, district-wide, is not a state legislator, and people know him and they like him. This is what I found. I've spent time in Waukesha with him. He connects with people. He has a very broad and bipartisan message. He's somebody who's solutions-oriented as opposed to a partisan warrior. I think he's a great fit for the district. So I'm very excited about what's possible there. And I also think the kind of organizing and grassroots energy that the Pazlowitz campaigns brings is going to make a difference with the federal election in 2020. Because this is an area where if Democrats overperform expectations, it makes it extremely difficult for Trump to win re-election to the presidency.
So let's talk about the special election for the 7th Congressional District. There's been so much talk about the date with that. So it's May 12th, the governor said it, and then February 18th for the primary. What do you both think about that?
So the big challenge that we have with dates is that state law doesn't conform with federal law regarding elections. So this is something where I wish when the Republican-controlled legislature updated our state election law for the fall elections, I wish they'd updated it for special elections as well. I hope that they do that now, and the governor is seeking to do some bipartisan campaign, date reform to get this done. But it's actually, there's no legal way to have the primary and the general elections line up with our state elections. So in February, in the middle of winter, we'll have our spring primary election, and then the general election will be May 12th. I'm just excited to get this done and make sure that we have representation for our folks in the 7th Congressional District again. And I know the governor and all the folks in the 7th are feeling the same way.
Andrew, what do you think?
Well, when Governor Evers announced the dates the first time, he said he justified the dates by saying he wanted representation as soon as possible. If we want representation as soon as possible, then let's have the general election line up on April 7th, not have the primaries line up. So I think we're playing politics here. I think everybody knows that the president won this district by 20. There's going to be a Republican again in the 7th Congressional District. And I think Governor Evers clearly is doing everything he can to keep away from that Supreme Court date.
Okay, thank you, both of you, for appearing here on our Web Extra. Of course, party chairman Andrew Hitt and Ben Wickler.
Thank you.